hopefully you get to learn a neat jazz song, but also you learn a lot about chords, because if you're going to be a jazz player, it's impossible to do that and not have knowledge about what chords are. Even somebody who's never studied music theory, if they're a great jazz player, they recognize all the patterns of the chords. They may not be able to put a name to it, but they have a way of grouping different chords in their mind, and they understand what they're doing maybe in their own way. So you have to have understanding to really be a great player and to know where you're going. It's very, and so that's what we're going to do here. You're not just going to be a copycat robot who pushes down the right buttons and never knows what you're doing and never understands. With understanding comes a more mature musician. Okay, and that's what we're building here on the side is musicians, not machines. And I made a track for the whole piece that you can play with once you can put all the parts together. But each lesson is going to be 12 measures, 1 page. And I have a track for each one. So if you want that, you'll be able to click play on the backing track and play along with it. I recommend putting the backing track on headphones and then just playing your acoustic piano out loud. And I'm really proud of myself for making these backing tracks. They were not easy, but I got them on. All right, it's real player. A, C. That's how you build any chord. Later on, when we build a C chord, you're going to go C, E, G. See how that works? You go letter, skip a letter, letter, skip a letter, letter. But the main thing you need to memorize is this group, F, A, C. That's one of the groups. You only have 6 left to memorize. If you really get that, F, A, C. That is a D minor, D, F, A. But look how it is. It's D, F on the top, A in the middle. Does not matter. It's the recipe. It's the DNA that's in it, no matter how they're mixed up. Ready. Where they're categorized. It's like an unscramble when you're looking at a chord. Like I know how to spell the word cat, so what if you see TCA? Your brain can quickly say cat, even though the letters are mixed up. That's exactly what this is. And there's only 7 of them. It's an E chord. Remember the E minor? And I drilled into your mind. I hope I did. EGB, EGB. Well, an E flat chord also has EGB. You just flat some of them. E flat, G, B flat. And you say, where's the C? It's not in there, okay? But if you play a while, you just realize it just has a different sound, not putting that C in there. It's like a contraction. Okay, the word isn't is missing the O for not, but we still know what it is, and it has a different sound than is not. He isn't. It's the same, but just missing something. And that's what you have there, F major 9. But a lot of these, 11 chords to me are just 2 regular chords stacked on top of one another. I think of E, G, B over D, F sharp A. It's like an E minor over a D, underneath a D chord, and that's one way to think of it. You don't have to think E minor 11 if you just want to think E minor on the bottom, D major on the top. And you get that sound. That's really what it is. It's not wrong that that's what it is. In theory class in school, though, you better say E minor 11, but E minor over the top of a D chord. And in that D minor 7, can you also see an FAC chord? FAC, DFA. And those jingles start to come out, and you just start to recognize them after a while. Okay, so D minor 9... the middle note is what determines if it's major or minor. If it's in its raised position, it's a major. If it's in its lower, and you can hear the difference. That sounds kind of sad. A C sharp E, though, sounds happy. It's a major chord. That middle note determines whether it's major or minor. It's not always, you can't say the black keys are major and the white. No, it doesn't work that way. Because you could have a C chord and then the white keys the major way. There's the minor. D minor 11. And notice how I'm playing them. I'm not going and voicing the top note. I'll usually tell you to do that and stuff, but not in jazz. You just want everything to be the same volume because you're painting color with these chords and you don't want notes to stick out. Then a low left hand C sharp, not really low, but C sharp and a C octave. Hear that dissonance? If you play that dissonance all by itself, and I'm talking about right here, C and C sharp, you just come down and sit at the piano and do that. Go, oh, that's a wrong note, but not in the mix. It's, you know. Theoretically, it's a mental thing, but then you also have this idea of being expressive and just playing music. So you got to have both, and you got to be able to balance. If you just understand everything, it's not going to work. If you just have feeling and play, you're never going to be the jazz musician. That's hard to say. Jazz musician that you want to be. Okay, they may combine a couple of them or two or three of them. They may change a note here and there, but everything that they're playing, they've done before, I promise you. They're not completely doing everything new because there's only 7 notes on the piano, right? If 7 letters, there's only so many ways you can reconfigure everything. Oh. Okay, I call this one the Billy Joel lick because it's kind of what he uses at the beginning of Piano Man, but he didn't invent it. Jazz players did it forever, and I think that's why I used it for the song because it's a staple. But I love playing this one, so here it is. And all I did was just go up an octave there. And yeah, you can just stay there and noodle. But I like you moving because then you get what I call keyboard awareness, where you're not just stuck in the middle of the piano and that's all you can do. You need to feel comfortable at, you know, the high register and the low register, and you never get that if you never do it. Okay, so that's why I like you to move around. All right, second line of this second chord progression, we have B flat major 13. B flat has B, D, F. What did I do? I just made something up. And all I made up was just playing the notes that I'm already playing and the notes that are automatically right there within my grasp of that hand position. Okay? And the way to do that is to stay simple at first. Just play simple things. Just go up and play it up an octave so that you feel those 8 clicks go by before you change to the next chord. And you're already playing jazz. You can do that. All right, we continue. We could just have, and you'll get to where, like, I don't always, 9, 11, 13 doesn't always register with me. I recognize the chord and I've played that pattern before just because I've played so long, not because I'm smarter than anyone else. And you'll begin to see these patterns and you'll just, oh, I know that one. And I know DFA. And that'll take you a long way, just knowing that. I know that pattern. I know that pattern. Wasn't ready for those changes. I'll do better as we learn it. And I just leave that stuff in there. It's important you guys see we all make mistakes. And we're all trying to get better. You never get there. It's just fun getting there, though you never get to that place where you think, well, I'm where I want to be, and you can have those times where you go, oh, I'm playing this pretty well, but you always, desire more, or you should. Okay, so I got off a